Welcome to Scrapbook My Life, where I tell you an embarrassing story to save you from making the same embarrassing mistakes I did. Little white lies. They seem harmless enough, right? It turns out little white lies are actually very hard to keep track of, and they can spiral out of control real fast. In 7th grade, I started to develop a little nervous sweating problem. I first noticed it when our coach told me I was going to have a solo in the spring dance show. It wasn't cute little trickles of sweat, it was huge, wet buckets of sweat. One day, I was at my locker, and out of nowhere, my crush Jake came up to ask me a question. His luscious long hair was as shiny as ever. Adorable freckles sprinkled his face. He asked me about the math homework, and I felt myself get nervous. Oh no, it was starting. The sweat. A bead of sweat ran down my forehead. Then another. Then another. Are you okay? Jake asked. What was I supposed to say? I'm sweating because I like you. I'm really gross. Sorry, I'm a nervous sweater who sweats buckets down my face. But I couldn't say any of that. Tennis. I was just practicing for tennis at the tennis courts. I play tennis. I blurted out in a panic. Tennis is cool, Jake said with his heart-melting smile. My sweating secret was safe, and Jake thought I was cool. At lunch, Jen from my math class came up to me and asked when I started playing tennis. What? I responded, totally confused. Jake told us you played tennis, she said. First rule of lying. Always remember your lie. I backpedaled as hard as I could and told her that I'd been playing tennis my whole life. As she walked away, all I could think was, why did I say that? Was I becoming a serial liar? This was only the beginning. The popular girls were all going through a big tennis phase. Everywhere I went, I got asked about tennis. I had to up my game if I didn't want Jake to find out about my big tennis lie and my nervous sweating secret. Which brought me to the second rule of lying. Become the lie. The next day, I brought my dad's old, dusty tennis racket to school. I didn't even actually know how to hold it, but that didn't stop me from pretending to practice my swing between classes. I Googled tennis words and tennis facts. I even tried to watch tennis. Who knew tennis was so boring? This went on for almost a month. The more people who asked me about tennis, the more lies I had to tell. The more lies I told, the more people asked me about tennis. I was stuck in a never-ending cycle of lies and tennis. Until one of the popular girls, Lindsay, saw me practicing my swing and loudly declared that she didn't believe I played tennis. She challenged me to a tennis game at lunch. If I said no, everyone would know she was right. I was lying. I did the only thing I could do and met Lindsay at the tennis courts at lunch, drenched in nervous sweat. The whole grade, including Jake, came to watch us play. It was my serve first. I stepped up to the line and threw the ball up. It spun around in the air while all the lies I had told about tennis spun around in my head. I lifted my arm to hit it and then immediately pretended to sprain my wrist. This was my last lie. I never wanted to be this stressed again. On top of it all, I had to miss the spring dance show because of my fake sprained wrist. That's how I learned that as harmless as they may seem, little white lies almost always make things worse. Also, if you happen to have a nervous sweating problem like me, remember to take deep breaths when you're talking to your crush. It'll help keep all of the sweat under control.